AI is often misunderstood. Some people think it replaces human interaction when in fact the opposite is true. AI doesn't replace people at all. It empowers us to connect better. I mean, let me explain using just some analogies and a couple real world examples. I mean, first of all, while I'm sitting here talking to you on this video, I could be getting a client phone call. And before AI, what would happen? Well, I miss the call and it goes to voicemail. No problem. Does the system work? Absolutely. Is that a great experience for the customer who maybe has a question? Probably not. So now, instead of the person going to voicemail, I use an AI assistant who answers the phone. She's a lot happier than I am sometimes, not all the times, but I'm human and I have emotions. And she does not because she's not a she's a robot. It's artificial intelligence. So it's a big help to me to be able to communicate to somebody or be on an appointment with somebody without having to worry about my clients getting tossed in a voicemail box so that I can get to them whenever. Right? And unless I communicate it clearly, I'll get to you within 24 hours or and I have to keep re-educating them on that instead of going down that path. Well, just like a chef, they have the ideas and they know what they want to make, but there's 300 people to feed. They can't get all the stuff ready. So just like a chef is going to use a sous chef, like I like to say a sous chef, uh, they need that person to help them. So they're leveraging the skills of that person to help them get ready and do a better dinner. So it's kind of the same way I view this tool. I'm not kicking somebody to the curb. I'm clearing the road so that I'm not distracted with one more incoming call or one more incoming whatever when I should be focused on the person that I'm in front of. AI is not here to take away human relationships. It's just going to help us make it better. I mean, think about a pilot flying an airplane. You know, the computer, you could call that artificial intelligence. It's pretty darn artificial and it's pretty darn intelligent. But the pilot is still in control. They're making all the decisions. Making the final call on what lever to press and what computer to employ. So, it's that human touch that's going to make that plane land smoothly or know how to program it to land smoothly and so forth. Uh, Customer service is just another great example. I mean, I have parameters set in the AI tools that make sure it's not going to start acting like an insurance agent and giving advice. However, it can certainly field questions for me so that I can sit here and say, okay, I'm done a video. Let me spot check on my messages and see if there's any that need a response right away or, it gives me a chance to not be reactive. Because I don't know about you, the last thing I want to do is get phone calls and field challenging things that are complex and need me at my best when I'm at my worst. And that's what the incoming phone does to me. That's what the incoming email often does. So I've kind of just turned off those tools in a way. Uh, I still use them, but I'm relying more on the AI because it does a better job. And is it perfect? Absolutely not. Of course not. It's brand new tech. You just have to think about how can AI remove blockers for me because AI is coming, and I know that you can in this insurance business, for example. Man, I started in '04. That's 20 years ago. Uh, so 20 years ago, yeah, I would knock on doors. It was actually kind of fun. It was kind of a pain at the same time, and it still works because it's still human beings. But I also would have to sit there and pound the phone all day long, calling people who gave me bad information or just weren't interested, right? Because that's interfering with their busy day or their time and how they like to spend it. So, um, hammering the phone still works. It's just at 51 years old, I'm not gonna do that anymore. What if I had to? Because there's no stopping you, right? You do what you have to do. That's America. But that being said, my preference is to leverage the technology and clear the road so that I'm at my best when I'm fielding the response to that call or when I've had the time to do the research, okay, and figure out some great answers. So when I put the email back or put the answer back out to the person, well, it's a good one because it's thought out and I'm at my calm and I'm at my best and I'm in my sweet spot and all of that you folks know what I'm talking about. So it's really neat to me to see AI automating repetitive tasks as well. I mean, we call it AI. Yeah, there's stuff that can talk to you, but even simple things like creating zaps and basic interactions between a spreadsheet and something else, an email. These are time savers, and that's time that you would normally spend messing around trying to figure out how to craft the email just so perfectly. Well, or maybe I'm the only one that struggles with it. Okay, I know I'm not. Um, but now I can say, you know what? I really want to say this to Mary. I want to say this. I'm just, man, I'm hungry. I haven't eaten. Like they're raising taxes again in Maryland. It's like, okay, I'm cranky, right? I'm not going to give the best email, but just because I'm cranky doesn't mean my heart is all of a sudden in the wrong spot. It just means I'm cranky. So until I eat, or even when I've eaten, I go, hey, chat, GPT, like act as a soundboard here. Make this better. Is this good? Here's what I want to say. Or Jasper, or whoever. Boom, whatever AI tools. So it's not that I didn't have to think about what I wanted to say to that email or put the time and thought in. I certainly did. It's just I know myself well enough to know one of my weaknesses is I'll overthink that email because I don't want to offend her. I don't want to hurt her feelings. So I'm a really empathetic feeling person. So I'm careful about how I interact with anyone because I don't want to have to care about you if you're not putting the same effort, right? And sometimes there's just not enough time to fit everyone in. But I digress. It takes a lot of energy to get it right with people. So why am I going to waste that energy looking up phone numbers, right? Uh, I bet you don't go to the yellow pages anymore to find a phone number. AI is going to help. It's not going to hurt. Now, when it gets into the hands of criminals, we don't want to get in the hands of criminals because I think they're worse than criminals. But when it gets in the hand of criminals and criminals, that won't be good. So, you know, that little disclaimer's in there. But hey, look, if you think like I do, or if you thought this kind of chat is helpful, I love this stuff. I'd love to hear your thoughts if you are using AI, or how has it helped you in your life or your work? Or are you more of the, I'm not going there mindset? But yeah, drop a comment below. I'd love to chat and see what your thoughts are. But yeah, remember, AI is here to empower us. It's not here to replace us.